Howdy folks, and welcome back to Thailand, Chiang Mai to be specific. If you've been following the trip, you'll know I just am back from a 4-day motorbike adventure running the Mae Hong Son Loop, and I made it back to Chiang Mai. I found the eagerly awaiting V. We went out to lunch, then I kind of went back to the hotel and collapsed. She went out to a nice little evening walking street market here, weekend market right around the corner from our hotel. But at any rate, we'll be leaving Chiang Mai today, and I think during the course of just about any trip, there reaches a point where you run into a situation where maybe reality does not parallel your expectations. And I think maybe a little bit of that happened to us today.
So, it's that time to leave Chiang Mai. We were supposed to stay another day, but V's been here like now 6 days straight, and there's a place she really wants to go. It's called Chiang Dao. It's not far from here. It's about, I don't know, 60, 70 kilometers north, almost due north. So we're gonna take off and we'll be spending the night up there. We'll see what that's all about. Oh, I gotta load the bike up, but I just got done a little once around the neighborhood here, so take a look at that, a little bit of Old Town Chiang Mai.
So welcome to Chiang Dao. Chiang Dao, it's a wildlife preserve. We are back here. Wow, we are back here in the middle of nowhere, it feels like. Anyway, V had discovered this. She was talking to some of her contemporaries that she met in Chiang Mai at the hotel and so forth, and she was given this as a recommendation of a cool place to go. And you know what? From the outset, everything seemed great, and it is a really special place. It is a nice place to go, but you just have to have the right expectations. So she's actually stopping a random person to ask where the resort is, because although the GPS says we're there, we can't find it. But we were there. There's a trail. There's just a little goat path you have to follow down to the resort. Anyway, she hit a dead end there, so there's another more obvious resort right around the corner from there. So she'll go in and we'll take a look at that. So V apparently talked to this guy up here in the hills in the middle of nowhere. Most dangerous drive of my life, the last 8 kilometers getting here. It'd be brilliant on a bike, but in the truck, the road's not wide enough, but for one car, it's the nightmare. So hold that thought 1 second. This part of the road is the part closest to the highway where the road is wide and decent.
What?
So yeah.
And she apparently talked to this guy this morning down here in huts and 300-400 baht a night. And then we get here, he's nowhere to be found, and then the place next door has no vacancies. But there's supposed to be another one about 500 meters up the road. So this is all a wildlife preserve back here, and it really feels like you're in the middle of nowhere. We came 8 kilometers off the highway, which already was just going up through a mountain pass, was nothing there. A couple small little houses or something. And we came over 8 kilometers back here, didn't pass even one house, I don't think. Maybe a shack or two. And just a really narrow road. This is actually the best part of it right here. This part's okay, and they've even got parking. But the rest of it, very dicey. I don't know, if we can find a place to stay, I'll unload the bike and ride around up here, and we'll stay here for the night. It's beautiful. It's a nature preserve, so wildlife preserve. So it doesn't get much more natural than that.
So I guess while I was out front crying in my beer about the state of the road. V was inside looking at the resort and trying to see if they could accommodate us for the night, which they couldn't. Sold out. Now, you'll see the theme of these resorts are kind of similar. You're looking at communal restrooms. You're looking at probably no Wi-Fi, definitely no Wi-Fi, probably no electricity. But they're right on a river. You're connected with nature. And here's the thing. The first two, this one that she hadn't contacted, and the first one that she had, but the guy wasn't there, they're like 350, 400 baht. So you're not paying a whole lot. They claim they have food and things, which that's good because there is no 7-Eleven, no mom and pop quickie mart, no nothing. You are back here. But if you want to spend an evening in nature and you have that as an expectation to stay in a bamboo thatched hut or room with no electric and no indoor plumbing, with a communal restroom, it really is a great experience back here. I don't know that our expectations were set at that bar though coming back, but there is another resort, she said, about a half a kilometer farther up the road that would maybe be more of what we're looking for. So if I'm being honest, I was really disappointed that the last place couldn't accommodate us for the night. This place here, I had some hopes for this. I guess this would be more of the luxury or VIP, the next level option of this type of place out here in Chiang Mai. Now, here's the room, still thatched bamboo walls, but you got electric. There's electric and there's a rudimentary washroom, but still very, very basic accommodation. I wasn't much for the parking on this place because there was none. You just had to pull over as close as you can on the side of the road and hope nobody hits you. But that wasn't a deal breaker. We still we love the area. We still kind of like the natural aspect of the hotel. I guess what was the deal breaker is whenever V went and discussed the prices of the rooms. So we just had a quick lunch and left. But I'm going to show you the map before we totally leave the area here. There is a darker green splotch there. That whole area is Shangdao, and we were on the southeastern side. After the fiasco, I decided maybe to go over to the highway up north a little bit. So we're still in Changdua. The last place was a bit of a wild goose chase. He led us up there, this hill, windy road, terrible road. They wanted 850 baht a night per person. So 1,700 baht for a couple to stay in a thatched bamboo room. It looked like the whole room was worth 1,700 baht. So we bailed on that. Even though it's a beautiful area up there, it was a little bit much for that, I thought. So instead we got our own little hut here. It's round. I'll show you around. It's like a round hut, lots of windows. It's very airy, nice big bed, color TV, bathroom, everything. About 800 baht for the both of us. And we're, I don't know, 20 kilometers from there. It's almost 10. It's 10 kilometers just down that road, down that windy road, and then in just another 10 miles or 10 kilometers up the highway. So I think we'll be happier here tonight. Got to kind of take a mulligan on today because we wasted so much time back there on a wild goose chase. The resort she had talked to, they said 400 a night. And it was right on a river, but there was nobody there. And once we got there, she enlightened me to the fact that there wasn't going to be electricity. So yeah, we've got aircon in here. Anyway, we'll look around here, and it would have been fun on the motorbike riding back there. And I guess from here we'll head up to Chiang Mai. But I like the hut. I like all the glass. I like the sliding glass door and the bed. Oh, the bed's adequate, nice and soft. So this is a palace compared to where we were going to stay for twice as much money. So
There was a little nail sticking out on V's chair and she tore her pants. It's always sticking up like I don't know, a fraction of an inch. And it tore a great big hole in her pants.
So yeah, not to worry. V's a wizard with a needle and thread. But truth be told, we saw less people at this resort than we did at the last one. There was a lesser amount of guests here. So we had a more private experience. We found our own wildlife, I guess, even though we're technically out of the preserve. But this patio here, despite a little damaged pair of pants, was a brilliant evening.
Whoa. Best cup of coffee I had on this trip so far. V's across the street. There's a whole nother little thing over there with coffee and view lookout points and everything. A little random place. We're about halfway between Qingdao and Shang. Some some brilliant riding roads up here as well. It kind of course I'm in the truck though today on the way to Shang, so it's not that fun with the bike in the back and all the twisty mountain roads, but it kind of inspired me, I think, to, I don't know, come up with another loop or route to do by bike up here. Yeah, you can go around the circle like I did, the Mae Hong Son. Seems like that gets a lot of attention. That's a good route. But there's so many other roads up here, so many other ways to go. So I'm going to spend some time, now that I've seen a lot of the other roads and places, I'm going to spend some time and try to work out like another ideal loop to do. They're all brilliant. Good night's sleep again with the cold. We woke up, it was, I don't know, 15 degrees or something. It was very cool. I expect more of the same in Chiang Rai. But anyway, we'll get a cup of coffee and we should be to Chiang Rai a little after lunchtime, I guess. We left about 8:30. It was supposed to be a 3-hour ride, but I'm taking it real slow. This is our first stop, so. Bill.
มะม่วงเปรี้ยว เอาไหม
เอามะม่วงเปรี้ยวไหม
เอามะม่วงเปรี้ยวไหม
So as it turns out, this whole area here with these coffee shops, it's also kind of a little bit of a truck stop, and people come to ply their wares. This guy in the truck, among other things, he had green sour mangoes. That's he usually likes those. But they had some great looking produce here. Now, we did buy some stuff. This whole bag of peanuts here, great big bag of peanuts, 50 baht, so about $1.50 for that. Now, a lot of times when you buy peanuts here, they're in their raw form, so you may have to cook them. But I think these chickens down here are trying to hitch a ride with this truck. Anyway, we will get farther up the road. It is just very easy to get distracted. We came across this place, looked like a beautiful scenic lookout, but about, I don't know, 100 yards prior, there was a market set up on the side of the road. So V went down to investigate, but it was set up on one of the most dangerous curves on a hill. I don't know why they didn't set it up there at the apex of the hill where I'm parked, but there's probably a good reason for that. But V walked down. They had a lot of stuff, very good prices, and she has a hard time saying no to bargains. So we ended up buying some things from here as well. We as we went on this trip, we got a growing collection of things. So you'll see as time progresses what we end up with. But there you go. As I look at the curve, there's really, unless you're on a motorbike, you could pull over on a motorbike, but. Here comes V with her purchases. So we will try to limit the distractions and find our way down to Chiang Rai. That is our goal today. It's just, I don't know, we had like a whole day in between, and we couldn't help ourselves from stopping and looking at the scenery and all through Chiang Dao. Beautiful, beautiful distractions, I guess. But at any rate, we were probably only from that point, maybe an hour, hour and a half from Chiang Rai, and we finally made it in. This would be our hotel. It's called the Sabai Inn. Sabai Inn Hotel. As soon as we got into town, I thought, well, while I'm in a decent-sized town, I'll get some maintenance done to the motorbike. I just tires checked, chain lube, that kind of thing. I just had done 700 kilometers on it, so we'll take care of that. Something like that, 20 baht. Fill the tires, lube the chain, not too bad.
So we made it to Chiang Rai today. We're staying here at this hotel. I'll show you around a little bit. But it's right around sunset. I'm just going to unload the bike. I'm going to go for a little ride around town, and then I'll come back, and V and I will go out and do something. But we just thought I'd get a little look around town. Oh, well, it's not too hot, and there's still some light. So how about that?
So yeah, I know, just a very quick jaunt around town to get my bearings. We wanted to go out here during sunset. This is, I think, an abandoned runway, maybe. It's what it looked like, an old airport runway. Not sure if that's what it is, but that looks like where everybody gathers and exercises and plays football, all sorts going on, food vendors. So we had a good look around there. V called us a cab. We piled in a cab because we wanted to have a little bit of an evening out. Don't worry, we have plenty more time. We'll be in Chiang Rai for 2 nights. We've got lots to do and see in and around Chiang Rai, and we'll start off next time with a look at downtown Chiang Rai in our evening. We'll get something to eat and all that stuff. But for this one, I've got to go ahead and leave it off here. And as usual, I'll thank you for watching. And until next time, bye for now.